Make sure you tap that bell so you never miss a video. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, over the weekend, Quakecon happened. If you guys don't know what Quakecon is, it's like a Bethesda ran event where they show off basically a whole bunch of different things. They had a panel discussing Fallout 76, and that's what the topic of this video is going to be about. I'm going to have a link to the Q&A down below, as well as an article by DualShockers. Shout out to them. They went through and they basically just broke out the most important aspects of what was discussed during this panel. The panel was about an hour. There was a fan Q&A, and they also answered some of the more interesting questions that the community has had about Fallout 76, what the game's going to be about. And I want to talk about some of the game mechanics and features that we're actually going to be getting in Fallout 76. Some of them I don't really agree with, but we're going to go into it here. So, everyone was freaking out about this game going online. PvP was going to be a huge thing that they kind of promoted when they first showed this off. Now, when I'm thinking of Fallout 76, I'm thinking of a spin-off game outside of the main Fallout series. This is like an online variant, kind of similar to a game like Rust or something like that. That, to me, if we're looking at it as a spin-off, that actually appeals to me a lot. I'm not expecting some crazy single-player story. I'm not expecting that kind of style of Fallout game. I'm expecting an online battlefield where I can play with my friends, fuck up other camps, PvP, and just have a blast in this post-apocalyptic world. That's what I thought this game was going to be. But it seems that Bethesda, I don't know if they're backtracking on some of the features that they were talking about when they first announced it, or some of the game mechanics that they showed off, but it feels like the outrage from the Fallout community is kind of putting Bethesda in a backtracking, backpedaling motion. So when we're talking about PvP, it's not going to be as dangerous as I thought the game was originally going to be. It seems like they're pulling back a little bit. They're basically saying, if I walk up to you in a game and I shoot you, my first shot is going to be like really reduced damage, so that I can, it's essentially like I'm inviting you to PvP, and then you can accept, I'm guessing, by shooting me back, and then everything is like full damage. Okay, I'm PvPing this player. But if you don't accept, if I shoot you and you just try to run away, I can still follow you and shoot you with reduced damage. Now, there's another feature that's going to be implemented right when that happens, when I kill you, but I want to talk about the idea of inviting somebody to PvP in an online survival game. I think that that notion and that idea is so redundant. When we're talking about a spin-off online game like this, why then do we have a feature that is blocking a player to actually go up and murder somebody in a post-apocalyptic world? That, to me, doesn't even make sense. On top of that, if I kill you and you didn't shoot back, you just tried to escape, it then puts a bounty on my head, which at first seems cool, but it puts you on the map, so everybody in the game can see where you are, and then when you die from one of those players, it removes money for the bounty out of your own caps. So this whole idea is punishing that post-apocalyptic world where there will be people who shoot on sight. Now, I understand they're trying to curve the kill on sight mentality, but in a game that focuses on post-apocalyptic survival, that kind of player interaction being that limited to the point where you're reducing damage, you have to accept the PvP, it doesn't make sense when the spinoff was touted as an online PvP survival game. To me, it's fucking stupid. On top of that, imagine this. You have a base, and then I walk into your base. I don't shoot you, but I just grief you. I might do some things. I don't know if you can destroy structures with different weapons and stuff, but I don't shoot you as a player. I can just grief the shit out of you, and then if you decide to kill me because I'm being an asshole, you become the murderer, and you now get the bounty placed on your head. So this way of trying to stop griefing is almost a system of a reverse grief, and it's just encouraging players to be assholes in other ways instead of just killing. On top of all of that, you can literally flag yourself as a pacifist, which means you can't deal damage to other players. Like, why are these features in this game if this is a spin-off PvP. Like, I just don't understand. It's like they're trying to appeal to everybody, and what this game is eventually going to turn into is something that just doesn't have an identity. It's, well, you can play it by yourself, and you don't have to PvP, you don't have to do this, but at the same time you have all, like, it's make the game the way that you guys originally wanted to make it. But I feel like they did this Q&A to try and appeal to the regular fanboy Fallout players, which I respect the Fallout community. If you guys don't like Fallout 76 for the online PvP aspect, that's awesome. I understand that totally. Don't buy it, because you guys have a main series Fallout game coming down the pipe sometime. I don't know when it's going to be, but you guys have those games. This is a new experiment, and I feel like it's just muddying the waters, trying to appeal to every single type of player. And on top of everything else, when you die in a regular survival game, you lose what you have on you, and that's what makes the risk of venturing out into the wasteland risky, obviously, because you can lose everything you have. Nope, not in Fallout 76. All you lose is the junk that you have on you. You don't lose the weapons, you don't lose the armor. The junk is used to craft better stuff, yes, so it does have some value, but the risk-reward factor isn't really even there. If I don't have any junk on me, I'm just gonna walk out and fuck shit up, because who cares if I die? There's no consequence. You're creating a system that, while trying to stop the assholes, as Todd Howard says it, you're actually creating an environment and an ecosystem where assholes are going to be running even more rampant. You guys have voice chat enabled, which means if I just want to follow you around and talk shit, and then you decide to shoot me, well, guess who's actually getting punished for it? Because if I have no junk on me, nothing happens to me. You don't get rewarded for the kill, you get a bounty placed on your head. This whole system, just from them describing it, is completely ass backwards. And reading some of the comments on the video for the Q&A, you can tell that the people that are really excited for this are the Fallout regular franchise players. You can see that comments like, I wasn't really excited for this because it's multiplayer, but seeing the descriptions for how the PvP is going to work really makes me excited. So you can tell that the mainline Fallout people are now coming around, and hey, they might pick it up, because it's not an actual survival game anymore. The only saving grace for me at this point is the potential save coming from the private servers. If I can go in, set my private server to not have any of the shit that I just talked about, and just like a straight up online survival game in the Fallout universe with a AAA developer developing it, that's what I want. At least for me. I'm not sitting here saying that Fallout 76 is going to be a bad game. I'm sitting here saying that they fucked up in their initial reveal to the core Fallout fan, and the vision of the game really isn't clear to them yet. That's just my feeling on watching this, reading the information. Let me know what you guys think. This is an interesting topic, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are really receptive to these changes, which is great. I'm glad that you guys can, enjoy a game that you might have been on the fence about before. Maybe these features have gotten you to maybe pre-order or purchase a game on launch. I don't know. For me personally, I just think it is too muddy right now to come out and say this is a game that I know I'm going to play at launch versus this is a game that I know I'm not going to play. It's too muddy right now for me. Let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a comment, and if you guys haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, all the buttons. Hit all the buttons, okay? We're shooting for 100,000 subscribers this year, guys, and I think we're gonna get it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.